It didn't take a predator, it didn't take a cliff, just one wrong step. And 70 tons had nowhere to go but down. In the next 3 seconds, the largest body ever to walk the earth would crush itself. Look at it while it still stands, over 13 meters tall, as high as a 4-story building. Up to 70 tons, the weight of 10 African elephants combined. With every step, the ground trembles. In all its life, no tooth ever grew large enough to bring it down. But that strength hides a cold truth. The most dangerous thing to a giant is its own weight, and today one hind foot lands wrong. Its center of mass slips past its footing. The vast body begins to tilt. Second one, nothing happens fast. Everything at this size unfolds. Slowly, a front leg reaches down, searching for the ground. But 70 tons are already falling forward, and one leg cannot hold a mountain. Second two, the shoulder buckles, the thigh bone alone, over 2.5 meters long, taller than a person, now carries the entire weight driven into a single point. This is where physics speaks. A bone can take only so much force before it cracks, and this force is far beyond it. Second three, the body hits the ground, not an impact, a collision. The ribcage presses down under its own mass. A wave of dust bursts out for tens of meters, and then stillness. The animal is still alive. That is the worst part. Why is an ordinary fall a death sentence? Not teeth, not claws, physics. Imagine scaling an animal up to twice its size. A bone's strength depends on its cross-section. It grows with the square. But weight depends on volume. It grows with the cube. Twice as large, 8 times heavier, yet only 4 times stronger. The bigger it gets, the more every centimeter of bone must bear. That is why a mouse can fall unharmed, while an elephant falling just 3 meters breaks its bones. And a titanosaur sits far beyond every margin of safety. To reach this size, it made an evolutionary gamble. Hollow bones filled with air, light enough to carry a colossal frame. But lightness has a price. The same skeleton that let it rise is the skeleton that shatters when it falls. On land, a 70-ton animal is not built to lie down. Standing, its weight spreads across 4 pillars. Lying, all of that mass presses onto its chest. Every breath must now lift a mountain. The lungs fight the very body that holds them. It tries to raise itself, but its legs have nothing left to push against. What let it rule a world now pins it to the ground. The death of a giant does not come from a fight. It comes slowly, quietly, under its own weight. This is why there is a ceiling to being large. Every giant walks a thin line between strength and collapse. The titanosaur reached the very edge of what bone and gravity allow. And that is why, however much time evolution is given, something this vast may never walk the earth again. Giants do not fall because they are weak. They fall because they are too large to be allowed to fall.